Today's show, we're talking about the top tight end options for the Cleveland Browns to replace David Njoku. I've got a list of free agents, NFL draft prospects for Cleveland to go out and sign or draft on today's show. Welcome in to the Browns Report. I'm your host, Joey Donahue. And if you haven't seen it already, David Njoku is leaving the Browns. He is testing the waters in free agency. This was his Instagram post the other day. You know, I won't read the whole thing. You can see it up there on your screen because the key part of it comes towards the end where he says, "The time for me to find a new home has come." And that is pretty telling that Njoku will test the waters. The Browns could not work out a deal. But an ESPN report says, look for the Browns to target a tight end this offseason to pair with Fannin and Todd Monken, who has used a lot of 12 personnel in his career, known for that. Had a lot of good run games in Monken offenses, so I expect the Browns to go out and get another tight end, and that's why I've got a full list for you of who that could be. And this is why you hit that subscribe button, because when there is Browns news and rumors and reports, I've got you covered with all of it totally free. Free agency coverage. Who are the Browns looking at? Who are they going to sign? I'll make videos throughout the whole thing. You know we'll have a ton of draft content. 2 first-round picks. Gear up for draft season, folks. Hit that subscribe button. And the latest trade buzz. Andrew Berry's an aggressive GM. And I always like to make this an interactive show and hear from you. That's why I ask you questions throughout the whole video. So hit that subscribe button. And before we dive into this list, fellas, let me help you out. Valentine's Day, just a couple days away. If you procrastinated, this is the perfect last-minute gift idea. Get your married into this Cleveland football merch. If your significant other, your special someone, married into the Dog Pound, it is the perfect gift to make sure you and your family are repping the Dog Pound everywhere you go. You don't want to be the guy that didn't get her anything for Valentine's Day, okay? Or if you have something planned, this is a perfect surprise. Boom. Here's an extra gift. Make your special someone happy, surprise them. Super comfortable Cleveland football t-shirt. Also, unisex Cleveland football sweatshirt with super comfortable material if they married into this fandom. It is the perfect gift for V-Day. Go to chatsports.com/Browns V-Day. It is the only place you can get it, and they're selling fast. So, fellas, don't be the person that didn't get your significant other something. In fact, get them a special gift from the heart. It's kind of fun to open this one up. Go to chatsports.com/Browns V-Day. Some implications on the David Njoku announcement. This from Spotrac, the contract experts here, leaving the Browns with $24.3 million dead cap on his way out. All right. Basically, Cleveland's going to treat this as a post-June 1st release, and they'll spread out the dead cap hits of that $24 million. It'll be $9.5 in 2026, and 2027, a hit of $14.79. Now, I don't know if Andrew Berry's a genius or if he's the complete opposite, because we basically just delay a lot of what we're supposed to pay people because of the quote-unquote hell we are in with the Deshaun Watson contract. But, void years, it all comes back to bite you eventually. But we can spread it out so it's not the absolute worst scenario. Replacements for David Njoku. Let's start with a man that Todd Monken has connections to, and that is Isaiah Likely, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. They also ran 2 tight ends over there with Mark Andrews. A young, athletic tight end is Isaiah Likely, only 25 years old, versatile. You could say he is a chess piece tight end. Good blocker, also goes up and wins 50-50 balls. I mean, he's absolutely a player, an electric tight end you'd want to have in this offense. Could be a little pricey, though, for a tight end, but Spotrac has him about $9 million a year, which I think he could be in the market to get even more than that. That's actually not too bad when you think about it. They have David Njoku projected to get a bigger deal than Likely. So market value, Spotrac thinks that Likely will be even cheaper than Njoku, and I do think money's a big reason the Browns did not retain David. But, man, if you got Likely in here with Fannin, oh, that duo would be disgusting for opposing defenses, man. Athletic tight ends that can go up and snatch it, and that is Fannin's specialty. 72 receptions, and he led the Browns in receiving yards with 731, 6 touchdowns. Pair him with Likely. I got to say, folks, that would be a dangerous duo, and because Monken is here, I think that connection is open. So, for the right price and a cheap deal, I'd kind of love Likely to be the replacement. But you tell me, in the comment section. You want the Browns to sign Isaiah Likely. Type S for sign, type P for pass. Get a letter going in that comment section, and you tell me if you want Cleveland to get this deal done in the comment section. Next, let's talk about a Buckeye. Will Kacmarek. And some of you are probably thinking, wait a minute, Joey, that's not the best tight end in Ohio State's room in the draft class this year. I know, but what Kacmarek is specifically a specialist at is he's a blocking tight end. And that doesn't mean he'll sneak out and go receiving too. I mean, he's had 2 touchdowns last season, including a 47-yard reception. 6'6", 258 pounds, and he's a Buckeye. He's the best blocking tight end in the class. And I actually think what Monken wants to do, because a lot of his successful offenses and guys that he's brought over have helped run games with Derrick Henry and Lamar succeed, is I think he wants to get Quinshon Judkins going. I think Cleveland wants to go back to what they've done traditionally, which is 2 tight end sets, 12 personnel, and bring in a blocking tight end that could help develop Quinshon Judkins, and Kacmarek is the best blocking tight end in the class. He'll also probably be available day 3, like rounds 4 to 7, perhaps even a UDFA, but I think you're looking at a day 3 pick for Kacmarek, who's just an incredible blocker. Pair him with Bannon, could really get this run game going, and a lot of plays that Monken could call to help him leak out, score touchdowns in the red zone. Speaking of blocking tight ends in the draft, let's talk about Marlin Klein. So now we're going to a Michigan guy, I know, but Klein probably has more receiving upside here in this draft, and Field Yates said he might be the 2nd best blocking tight end in the class. And so to replace Njoku, I think that Cleveland will look this way of cheaper options, rookie deal tight ends who are versatile like Klein. He's actually from Germany, by the way, or would also just specialize in blocking, because how bad was the offensive line, right? Guy that can chip, a guy that can get out there and literally be used as a blocker. Well, that's going to help Cleveland get the run game going and some pass pro as well. Also, Yates called him a top 5 tight end in the draft class. He could leak into day 2, day 3. So keep an eye on Marlin Klein for the Cleveland Browns. Those are 2 rookie prospects I think could make a difference here. And like I said, I'm putting them on here because of their blocking ability. Coming up, got a couple more tight end names, and one of them, pretty big name. You're not going to want to miss out on this, Browns fans. So do not go anywhere. Give me a follow across all social media platforms too while we're in the middle of this video. I've got my Twitter in the comment section, Joey070. Hit me up. Also hit me up on Instagram, Browns Report IG, and TikTok, Joey O Brown. Plenty of fun content and Browns highlights across all 3 platforms. So if you want to tweet at me your opinion or something that you want the Browns to do, let me know. You can also send me video suggestions too. I'm an open book. Back to our list of David Njoku replacements. Travis Kelce, folks, is a free agent. Did you know? Did you realize? And something about Travis Kelce. You see, he went to Cincinnati. But guess where his hometown is? Cleveland Heights, Ohio, baby. Travis Kelce, an Ohio guy, loves Cleveland. Always talking about it on his podcast. And let me tell you something. He is still a baller. The situation right now with Travis Kelce, folks think that he could retire. There's chatter. There's talks. There's rumors he might step away from this thing. But it's actually more likely he'll sign a 1-year deal, run this back just one more time. Now, his quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, got injured, got hurt. Maybe he's done in Kansas City and wants to go home for 1 more year. Well, that home would be the Cleveland Browns. Also, they believe he can still be an asset. He believes he can still be as well. And, I mean, if you watched last season, he was 851 yards. It's more than anyone on the Cleveland Browns had. 5 touchdowns, 108 targets. Kelce still got it, folks. And when you talk about his career, I mean, it's a legendary career. He's got the GOAT case for all tight ends. He really does. So consider that. Consider his support for Cleveland. Consider his support for Shedeur Sanders as well. You know, he's actually been very vocal on his podcast about rooting for Shedeur. He was calling for Shedeur to start early in the season before he was the starter. And so maybe, just maybe, we can get this rumor to be true and have Kelce team up with Cleveland for a year here. He would definitely be the most talented option, I would say, of all the tight ends in free agency. But you weigh in for me. Do you want the Browns to sign Travis Kelce? Do you think it's worth it? Or do you think he's too old, not worth a deal here while we're trying to clear cap space? You let me know your thoughts. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. So type Y for yes if you want the Browns to get Travis Kelce. Type N for no if we're all good and you prefer a different tight end to replace Njoku. Let me know in the comment section. Finally, we'll round things out with another rookie tight end option, this time coming out of Utah. Let's talk about Dallen Bentley. Have you heard of the guy? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Here's the scouting report. He's actually Mel Kiper's number 2 tight end prospect, top 2 in the class. I think Sadiq, the Oregon tight end, is going early, probably first round. Cleveland's not going to use that high a pick here on a tight end, but perhaps you can get Bentley a little bit later in this class. He is a big fella. If you look at him, 264 pounds, and he looks like it. He's a big fella tight end running out there in Utah. Kuiper also said Utah's becoming tight end university. He referenced Dalton Kincaid as a prospect that came out of there quite recently. And I do think Bentley could be available day 3. A guy that, again, has versatility because of his size, but he surprises you. He's more of a receiving tight end, believe it or not. So another rookie prospect that maybe Cleveland looks at. I do think they are very much in the market to draft a tight end now with Njoku leaving. So you get one on a rookie deal here at some point later in the draft, and these day 3 tight ends are going to be striking gold for the Cleveland Browns. So that's my list of David Njoku replacements for you guys. 5 names, okay? Couple free agents, couple draft prospects, but you tell me your favorite tight end option for the Cleveland Browns here to replace David Njoku. We've got our tight end 1. Harold Fannin Jr. is the guy for the future. But let me know who you want to pair him with here in 2026. And one more reminder, folks. Get the perfect V-Day gift if you go to chatsports.com/BrownsVDay. It's the thought that counts. It won't get there by V-Day, but it's the last chance to be able to get it at chatsports.com/BrownsVDay. Get your married into this merch. It's the thought that counts. Appreciate you guys rocking with me here on today's show. I'll see you next time.